Yo, what's good with you? Back in black with another enlisted video. Today I'm coming at you with a Visokovo Village invasion gameplay breakdown. I think I said that right. Anyway, if you guys are new to the channel and you enjoy shooting games, consider dropping a like and consider subscribing. I'm on my way to my first 100 subs, so any support you guys do give me is highly appreciated. The aim of the video today is basically to just, follow my train of thought as I freaking make my way through this game. This is like my first time dropping 100 kills, so I figured it was actually very worthy of becoming a video. I guess to begin, my first train of thought on this map in particular is to run either very far to the left or right and try to get into the trenches with my submachine guns and assault squads. As you can see, I did a horrible job of that considering we are all getting obliterated as I speak, but that is neither here nor there. That is definitely what I would recommend to do. I mean, obviously there are going to be some casualties because the enemy has to aim at somebody. I guess I so happen to be one of those people. Running up on them right here and mowing a few of them down. Like I said, I see a bunch of my teammates pushing on the left, so I figured we had a really good push. What I neglected to do was look behind me, and I just jumped down instead of throwing a grenade into that little room because people do like to hide in there. Since I died on my initial push, I came back with the Radio Man squad, and I figured I would call in some artillery to encourage my team to, keep that strong momentum and keep pushing. One thing I will say about this game is that what you do not want to do is lose that momentum, because once your team gets kind of stagnant and stuck, it's pretty much game, set, and match right there. Threw that nade in there, cleared them out, and what you guys are about to witness here is one of the longest gun streaks I have ever went on in this game, period. That pre-war Kar 98K is like a ravaging gun. The Germans knew what they were doing at the beginning of the war with that bolt action ingenuity. Unfortunately, they were not innovative enough to, believe in fully automatics and semi-autos as their main assault weapon. So, it is what it is. But that is real world speculation, nothing to do with the game. As you can see, I am smacking these folks, and yeah, man, I figured, you got a PTFO. That's the only way one of the main ways you can encourage your team to actually, push is to get on there yourself. So I figured since I only had one dude left, I just gotta run up in there and go crazy, which I am doing. I'm quick scoping these folks, man. Definitely would recommend that pre-war Kar 98K. This gun is outstanding. A quick pro tip that I would recommend if you guys are not aware, especially for those on console, is that you don't have to scope all the way in. There is actually two aiming options. The one I'm doing right now, which you are witnessing on screen, is like the low zoom option, I guess you could call it. So what you want to do that is you don't hold the aim button. You kind of just want to quickly flick it or tap it, and basically, as you can see, it pulls up like a I guess you could say a more zoomed out version of aiming down your sights, which is perfect for these enclosed trenches. And considering that I have a bolt action rifle, you want to take advantage of every little opportunity you can, because if anybody runs up on me with a PPD, is definitely over for me. So that being said, definitely want to take advantage of those low zoom options and high zoom options as you see fit. If somebody's right up in your face, there's no reason to be aiming in extra hard. But yeah, man, still going crazy with the Kar 98K. One thing that I wish they would add to this game is how do you call it, a in-game text voice, or an in-game text option in general, because one thing I hate is not being able to tell my team to push at super critical moments like that. I mean, they ended up pushing eventually, but we could have took that point so easily and so long ago. Because I was kind of, as you saw before, in the last 30 seconds, I was kind of just sitting on that point by myself, smacking everybody that I could. But if I could take a little breather and type in hey guys, the point is pretty clear, push up, that would make it a lot more convenient for me. But neither here nor there. I finally come to the end of my little kill streak, and what I decided to do from that point is hop into a tank and provide some infantry support. One thing I really want to focus on with the tanks is that, well, one thing that you should focus on with the tanks is that you really want to focus, not even focus, you really want to kind of stay around your team, and you want to provide as much support as possible, and in turn hopefully your team of infantry will do the same thing for you. Because in my personal opinion, the best way to use the tank is you want to get kind of close to the objective, not on it, but you want to, like how I'm doing right now, you kind of want to stay within like a 10 to 20 meter distance, and you kind of want to just smack all the infantry in the area. And the reason I say that is because just like the artillery, hopefully that will encourage your team to push. And I do it ever so promptly because we already took the first base and we already have a pretty good what's the word I want to use, like a heap of momentum. So I would hate for that to slow down. And I don't know, yeah, it kind of just, I didn't really put too much thought into it. I kind of just decided to hop in the tank as is because it was just the next squad I had available. But yeah, man, you just want to kind of patrol around the OBJ, taking out all the infantry. This is another point where that in-game like text support would come into play, because at this point I would just tell my team like, hey, I don't even see anybody on the point. If you guys would push up, it would probably be easy pickings for capturing the objective. But they seem to realize that on their own eventually as I see these blue triangles moving up. So what I decided to do was move up a little bit myself. But that was my fatal mistake because I didn't even see this tank off to the right. And as such, I get smacked. And the crazy thing about it, as I look at this gameplay, I didn't even realize it at the time because the only thing I did was switch to my driver to my gunner seat, and I just tried to keep shooting the infantry, not even realizing I was constantly getting blasted by a tank right off to my right. Didn't realize it till it was too late. But I guess the flip side of that is that it's also too late for them because we already got half of the objective filled up. So I don't know, still in a pretty good spot if you ask me. From this point, I decided to switch to my assault squad, and I think what I'm gonna do at this point is take a super hard right flank. And another thing you want to do with this right flank, or not do with the right flank, but another thing you want to do while you are on that flank is if you have an engineer in your squad, and I highly recommend having engineers in your squad, is you want to go super far off to the left or super far off to the right, and you want to put your rally point there. Not only will that give your team confidence in spawning back and to keep pushing the objective, but I'm sure you guys notice when you play this game, when you spawn in on the default objectives, it seems like you're kind of running forever, especially because there aren't a whole bunch of vehicles, or they don't seem to have added all the vehicles in the game yet, because I'm sure they'll have like transport jeeps and transport trucks and stuff like that. I know they already do actually. It's just that they don't get used that much, and even when I do see them, I only see like 2 or 3, so that's neither here nor there. It doesn't even matter that I put the rally point there because we already copied the objective, so I feel like I wasted my time, but it's all good because I spot some retreating Germans or Russians off to the side, so I decided to dispatch them. And yeah, man, I don't know. One thing I really enjoy about this game is indeed the bolt action rifles. I know they're not the strongest class of weapon in the game, but that's that's purely for balance, because I don't know, one well placed shot and you're killing everybody, as you see. I'm like, look at this, man. I'm just the power of flanking, man. He didn't even know I was there. When you go super far off to the left or super far off to the right, what you will do a lot of the time is that you will outflank the opponent who is trying to flank you, or I guess your main team. So neither here nor there. Since I wasted that first rally point, I came to the next objective way off to the side and set up another one. I'm fast forwarding this because it takes forever to build them, and I'm sure you guys don't want to see that. But since I have already set up a good vantage point for my team to spawn at if need be, I run off to the side. I switch to my MP38 because unfortunately I do not have the MP40. I do got the premium account, but I don't know, I'm not like a pay to win kind of guy, so I figured it was worth it for getting the extra XP and leveling up your squad. But I'm not the type of guy to be out there buying $40 premium squads or paying $50 to get into the closed beta for the Berlin or whatever. But nevertheless, still do enjoy this game despite the I wouldn't call it egregious, but it's like, dang, bro, $40 just to get a gun in a squad, kind of crazy. One thing I did want to point out as well is the rally points, that enemy rally point right there. I am not 100% sure if those are able to be destroyed by like explosions or bullets, or if you can shoot them, or if you have to destroy them by running up to it and holding square. I got popped by that one team that was off to the side, and I was kind of scared to run over there. But surprisingly, after standing in the middle of the street, and nobody came and nobody spawned there, so I was like, all right, bet. I guess I will go over there and destroy it. Team pushing up very hard from the front. I'm on the side. I just decided to run in there and basically, yeah. And I guess every one thing I do like about this team is that we all seem to like kind of be in a flow state where we're all kind of like cohesive and pushing at the same time. And random teams like that are very, very, very hard to come across and very, very hard to find in general. So I really do appreciate that. It probably does pay a lot of the credence to why I was able to even drop 100 kills in the first place. And not even like that's a super whole lot, or I've seen like people drop 200, but I don't know. I don't know if that was just the bombers or if they were using guns the whole time or whatever. But I don't know. I felt very good about dropping 100. So like I said, that's why I felt like uploading it. Basically, I see them coming back for the counter push. We already caught the objective at this point, so I don't even know what was the point of that. Second to last, OBJ. You know the plan. Coming in with the engineer, go super far off to the side, build that rally point. One thing is like, if you are on the opposition, I want to say I don't want to say rally points are like OP or anything, but you really gotta like be using your ears and like checking your flanks or like the far sides of the map, because like if you get pinched like that every single base like we're doing to them right now, it just seems like a very hopeless situation, which is kind of how it seems for them, because we are steamrolling right now. And there's a catch to it that's even more crazy. It's at the end of the game, you'll see it when you see it, and I will mention it then. But like, it's surprising that we steamrolled them the way we did this entire game. Neither here nor there. Like I said, you set up the rally point, rush the point with your submachine guns. Buddy popped me right there, but you got to be quick on the draw, switching to your other members of the squad. Luckily, Buddy here also had a submachine gun, so I was able to jump through the window and get a quick little multi-kill. But I guess they decided to run in with like two whole squads, because they looked like 20 men were pouring in there. Get the double kill with the nade, but I get wiped out. But like I said, I'm not even worried about it, because I got my rally point. And as you look at the map, as I die, you will see my entire team is using it as well. So since we are kind of bottlenecked here, it seems like the enemy is trying their best to hold us, because they know it's getting kind of grim. I come back again with my radio man squad and decide to call in some artillery to further buffer my team's offensive. And since my radio man squad is not composed of a bunch of submachine guns, would I really recommend running in like I'm doing right now? I wouldn't, but I figured like, it looks like nobody's really on the objective, even though it's kind of clear. They're kind of just sitting up on the second story, so I wasn't really too worried about them. I decided to push anyways. And this brings me to another point. Since I just threw a grenade in the window, I wanted to touch on this. Like, it is super realistic that there's no like indicators to where your grenade is going to land or anything, but if we could get like a feature that would like display that, or at least give me some kind of like, I don't know, trajectory, it would be very, very nice. Because I guess I could appreciate the skill gap and trying to make people, like, if you're going to throw these nades through windows and like under tanks to get these super cool multi-kills, you're going to have that aim like Tom Brady. But like, the weird thing about it is like, I don't know if you have to use your left hand, because like when you hold the grenade, you like put your left hand up. I don't know if you have to use that as like a reference point to aim it or what, but it's still kind of like wonky. And like a lot of the time, I feel like I either throw my grenade like super short or I throw it super far, and I don't know, it's kind of frustrating. Not that big of a deal, but something I would like to see implemented as like a feature. I get wiped out again. I guess they're kind of holding us decently, so I don't know. I pull out the sniper squad. I guess at this point, I noticed that my team, if you look at the lower left hand corner, you can see on the map, my team is all around there. I don't know why they're not getting on it, but I'm definitely not about to get on it, considering the fact that I'm using a bolt action sniper rifle with the scope. But what I do like to do is basically play a support role, which is another thing you want to do with the same thing you do with the artillery, the same thing you do with the tank, the same thing you can do with a sniper squad. You just gotta post up somewhere that's like relatively close to the objective, maybe off to the side, and you want to just play a more supportive role and kind of stay out the way, but still do a lot of damage at the same time. And that's especially with the sniper squad, considering the TTK in this game is absurdly high. So yeah, man, just chilling on the roof. Roofs are another thing that I see people do not take advantage of very often in this game. If you can, the climbing in this game is actually not that bad. So if for you parkour fans, if you want to, find a ledge or a window to jump on and get up on the roof, or it's a very special spot. A lot of the time, people will not notice due to the realistic nature, and it's not like, I don't know. The camouflage in this game is not that bad. Shout out to the Russians who are wearing brown while walking over white. I'm not gonna say that's super good camouflage, but when you are on the sniper squad, they usually tend to give you like a better outfit than your typical troop that will blend in with the environment. I got pot right there, but that's neither near that is neither here nor there, because I don't know. I'm about to just switch to my radio man and call in some more artillery. Definitely recommend upgrading them as much as possible, because there is a perk in there where you can call in your artillery 8 times faster. And if not for that, I don't know if we would have been able to steamroll them the way we did, because I personally did not see anybody else on my team calling in artillery, if at all. Definitely not at the frequency I was calling it in. And I don't know. You do definitely want to think on the fly and be very adaptable with your approaches to, like, when you call in artillery. If I would have called it in and none of my team was around the objective, it basically would have been a waste of bombardment, considering the fact that we would not have pushed, even though I would have possibly got some kills. And it's not even like the artillery gets kills every time. A lot of the time they just sit in the building and eat the shells. Hop out to try to hop on the point and help my team finish securing it. I get popped by a dude off to the side, obviously taking the advice that I was given earlier, except on defense. But it doesn't matter, because he's the only one who seems to be doing it, while the rest of his team seems to be kind of clueless. We take the point, and yeah, man, it's looking pretty dire, like a dire situation for them, just like it looked like a dire situation for me, as I get my legs blown off by some artillery. Like I said, we on the last point, moving up on the far left hand side, switching it up. I was been on the right the whole game, so I don't know, I figured I would just switch to the left flank. The last little part right here, they didn't really even offer that much resistance on the last point. I kind of just run in there with my MP38, go up to the second floor. Once you get up on that second floor and you start camping the stairs, I'm definitely going to say it's game set and match as far as like catching a point, because I don't know, there's not really much you can do in terms of like an entire squad or an entire team holding stairs or holding the building very hard. I don't know why the enemy didn't do that, and I don't even like, look at this right here. These guys are eating bullets. I don't know what that was, but yeah, man, I unloaded a whole clip into these guys, and yeah, no dice. I don't know what happened. They died right there, but that was a little weird to me. Yeah, man, submachine guns being OP as usual, considering that was the first World War where they were really used like that. So, I don't know. Anywho's, coming to the end of the game, pretty smooth victory, if I do say so myself. If you guys enjoyed the gameplay, consider dropping a like and consider subscribing. Like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next gameplay. Black Guy out.